Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nisa Fardila Putri, my student number 045, and here I will explain about listening and speaking strategies. Okay, what are the listening and speaking strategies? Effective speakers and listeners use a wide range of strategies to help them comprehend and construct spoken language. Students need to be explicitly taught how to select and use a wide range of strategies when speaking and listening, and to understand that their use of these strategies will be determined by context, text from an audience, and their familiarity with these three elements. Some strategies will be more appropriate to use during speaking and listening. Others are more suited to reflection and review. Students need to be able to apply these strategies throughout the speaking and listening process. Use the determining importance strategy before speaking to determine how much detail a particular audience will need to understand the message. A listener might use the determining importance strategy prior to listening to determine which information to closely attend to and retain, and after listening for reflecting on the message. Okay, and then following is a list of the main speaking and listening strategies. Number 1 is predicting, number 2 is self-talk, number 3 is self-questioning, number 4 is visualizing and creating image, number 5 is code switching, number 6 determining importance, number 7 paraphrasing and summarizing, number 8 connecting, number 9 comparing and contrasting, number 10 is inferring, 11 synthesizing, and the last is self-monitoring and self-correction. Okay, number 1 is predicting. Predicting helps students to activate their prior knowledge of a context or topic, allowing them to combine what they know with the new information. Prediction will be based on student knowledge of the topic and context, as well as their familiarity with the speakers or audience. Encourage students to write personal prediction before and during speaking and listening. Okay, and then number 2 is self-talk. Effective speakers and listening continually use self-talk as a part of their thinking process. Self-talk is the running commentary that goes on inside our heads, usually without any verbalization. Self-talk is how we make sense of our thinking and reflect on our action. Self-questioning is part of self-talk. The two strategies usually operate together. Use thinking aloud to verbalize. These strategies help to build student understand of the strong links between thinking and action. Okay, and then number 3 is self-questioning. Self-questioning is how we clarify our understanding, examine new concepts, reason, analyze, and hypothesis. Speakers and listeners use these questions to help them comprehend and make meaning. Helping students to become aware of questions they ask is an important goal of teaching this strategy. Often these questions are spontaneous and natural, with one question leading to the next. Questions can relate to content, style, text form, important message, event action, and inference. They can also relate to prediction, the speaker's intent, or attempts to clarify meaning. Okay, next number 4 is visualizing and creating image. Effective speakers and listening use all of their senses to continually create mental image. Creating mental image promotes the use of prior knowledge. It improves the ability ability to make predictions, draw inference, interpret information, remember details, and assess with overall comprehension and memory. Image can be visual, auditory, olfactory, kinesthetic, or emotional. It is important to give students the opportunity to share their image and to talk about how creating images help them to gain a better understanding. Image can be shared orally, through drama, or as drawing or jottings. Okay, next number 5 is code switching. Code switching is the term used to describe the process a speaker uses to alternate between one or more languages. Code switching is a necessity we use different forms of expression depending on who we are speaking to and where we are speaking to them. For instance, a young adult would not use the same word of praise when speaking to their friends in an informal atmosphere as they would when speaking to a superior, an elder, teacher, advisor, or supervisor. Okay, next number 6 is determining importance. Determining importance in speaking and listening includes selecting the appropriate context, text form, and convention to suit the intent, purpose, and audience. It includes selecting which information to retain in short or long-term memory and which information to respond to. Students in the early phase of development have a limited ability to determine importance and often include irrelevant details, including too much detail when retelling an event. He said, then she said, then I said. Okay, and then number 7 is paraphrasing and summarizing. Paraphrasing is the strategy speaker and listener use to restate a spoken text in a way that retains the sense of meaning and provides clarification for understanding. Paraphrasing requires a speaker or listener to restate the essence of the original text in a more concise form. Summarizing is important as it helps the listener to be aware of what they are being told. The determining importance strategy allows students to paraphrase and summarize. They can also use predicting and synthesizing strategies. There are many strategies that underpin paraphrasing and summarizing, making a complex strategy to learn. Okay, next is connecting. Effective speakers and listeners will talk about, listen to, and respond to topics they know and care about. This allows them to make strong connection between their prior knowledge and the information they speak about and listen to. Connection is important to help students refine and limit their connection to those that help them to understand and make meaning. Modeling connection to students and discussing them helps students learn how making relevant connection leads to understanding. Okay, next number 9 is comparing and contrasting. Making comparison relate closely to and is an extension of the connecting strategy. As students make connection to the prior knowledge, they also begin to make comparisons with the information they are receiving. Okay, next number 10 is inferring. Making inference is a strategy used by effective speakers and listeners. As they take meaning from spoken text, then add their own idea to make inference. During the process of inferring, students make predictions, draw conclusions, and make judgments to create their own interpretation. Making inference allows students to move beyond the text and to make assumptions about matters that were not actually stated. Inference can be made by using acoustic, vocal, or lexical information within the text to guess the meaning of unfamiliar language item or to fill in missing information. Okay, next number 11 is synthesizing. As students speak and listen, they continually reflect on what they have just said or just heard. This enables them to keep track of their thinking and to maintain meaning. Students who consciously use this strategy are able to continually monitor their understanding, allowing them to pull together or retell information that they have heard. During the process of synthesis, students may be connecting, comparing, determining importance, posing questions, and creating images. A student may retell what they have heard as way of synthesizing information. Okay, the last number 12 is self-monitoring and self-correction. The ability to monitor our own understanding and to be able to make the appropriate correction if understanding is not present is quite complex and relies on the effective use of the strategy previously discussed. Helping students to consider and record strategies they use in their speaking and listening helps to develop their ability to self-monitor and self-correction.